Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Marshall Community Services News. My name is Doug Goodman, and for the next 20 to 30 minutes or so, we're going to bring you up to date on what's happening in the world of Marshall Community Services. We're here at the new location for our Studio One program. It's at SMSU, just off of the library on the east side of the facility. There are a couple of parking spots outside for people that want to come and visit, or for us taping these wonderful shows that are again shown on your community access TV channels. And of course, the one website that I'd like you to check out is www.marshallstudio1tv.com, and that's where you'll be able to view this show over the next couple weeks. In fact, it'll be played on your cable access, either VAST or Charter channels, but it'll also be you'll be able to view it online at your home, sitting at your computer, along with all the other great things that Studio One does, whether it be a city council meeting, school board meetings, upcoming news shows, different things that are happening here in Marshall. We're very fortunate to have this community access programming available to you, the viewers, as we again take you through what we're going to target as kind of March 2016. And with me once again, this is his first visit to Studio One TV, our very special guest, Mr. Davontay Stevens. Welcome, Davontay.
Hey, thanks, Doug.
Now, Davontay is not an unfamiliar face out here on campus, and that's because he's been involved with a lot of programs and stuff. But right now, he's involved as our SMSU intern and has been with our community services program for a little bit. So I'm going to begin with Davontay, kind of maybe sharing, if you would, kind of your background, how you came to Marshall and what you've been doing and some of those things. So why don't you take it off, share a little bit about yourself personally first.
All right, yes, I'm Davontay Stevens. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida. I ended up coming up to Marshall. I did 2 years at Ridgewater, which is in Wilmer, and then ended up branching off after I got my AA degree and came here to Marshall. I'm a recreation and sports management major, so that will kind of lead me into this field with Marshall Community Services, like Park and Rec department here. And on campus, mostly may know me from football, but I've been involved with the R-Word campaign, helping out with Special Olympics. A lot of people may know me from working at the YMCA as well. So I try to get myself in the community as much as possible.
Well, Davontay has been in Marshall now for a couple of years, yep, and I know has become a very well-recognized individual because his football exploits, of course. What a wonderful, great season you had last year. The best record ever, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, at the Division II level.
Sounds great. And, of course, you were a starting running back and had a successful season. And, again, much-deserved accolades at the end of the year to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sounds great. And we're very happy to have Davontay with our program. And, as he said, he's kind of working through his recreation major, kind of getting that internship done. And he's been in a number of different roles. And, in fact, when did you start with the program? A couple months ago?
Yep, actually January, right after Christmas break.
Sounds great. So what have you been involved with?
So far, Cam has got me involved heavily with intramural basketball at the high school. So just do a lot of organizing and coordinate that, doing the setup of the gym and refereeing the games as well. And he was trying to branch me off to a lot of other different things just to get a taste of everything, the recreation. I was also able to view some of the new Red Baron Expo Center across the street, so that's nice to see the development stages of that before that all comes about. Met a lot of guys with the grounds and maintenance crew. Went out and seen the hockey last week here, and just doing a lot of programming stuff in the office and following Kim as he leads me in the right direction.
Sounds great. And of course, you mentioned our community services program, and I'm going to actually hold up our community services brochure, and maybe our wonderful Studio One producer, Alex Peterson, behind the scenes here of these cameras can get a little zoom in on this. But this is our 2016 winter-spring brochure. It actually was released to the public right at about Christmas time, and contains all of the programs and everything that's happening in Marshall through Marshall Community Services, plus a lot more, from January all the way to about the 1st of May. So we're real excited about this, and of course Davontay has been helping as we implement these programs, get them off the ground, basically have them become successful in the many programs that we offer through community services, and of course recreation and adult programs, everything you can think of pretty much is in here. And so I want to share that. If you would like one of these, because we still got a couple months left of this program, you could stop down to our office, give us a call. We'll figure out a way to get you one of these. On a related note, our community services staff has been working very hard in getting our summer brochure prepared. And I actually have one of those. This is actually last year's summer brochure. We are, of course, going to change the cover, upgrade it, fill it up with things for all ages to do, whether you're in our ECFE program, 6-month-old, or even in our adult community center programs, which is as old as you want to be if you can participate. We have programs set up specific for all ages and different things like community events, special events, hobbies, skill, craft classes. The summer brochure is going to have our Talents Academy in, along with all the things with the Marshall Aquatic Center. But I want to get back a little bit to March 2016. We are here at the studio. It's actually the 1st of March. We still have snow. But with that comes warming, and we start to put in some different programs and activities. Our Lockwood Motors Ice Arena is still a great place to hang out here in March. Still open skate on the weekends and open hockey on Wednesdays, along with the other great stuff that happens out at the Lyon County Fairgrounds. But with that being said, we're going to kind of take you through March with some of the programs we would like you to consider joining, signing up, getting involved with, meeting some new friends, learning something new, and enjoying the quality of life, I guess, that we have here in our community. So with that, we're going to start with a couple of activities that are going to happen here in March, and I want to keep Davontay involved with this because this is his internship. This is his, he's been on TV before, right?
Yeah, I have.
You have been on TV before, but this is where he's going to kind of take the ball and run with some of the things and share with you some of the things that are coming up here in March that we want you to consider at least signing up for us. So Davontay, what are you going to begin with?
I think I'll begin with the Moms Expo. So on the Mom Expo, we know that being a mother, it can be overwhelming sometimes. So we think you should surround yourself with people that you can relate with. So on April the 5th, between 5 to 9:20, there will be a Moms Expo at the high school, and dinner will be included with the guest speaker from Candy Stevens. You can get the early bird fee if you register by March 11th. Anytime after March 11th, it will go up to $20, to $30.
You said mom's jobs are the toughest jobs there is, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And this is an opportunity. In fact, it's the 4th annual Moms Expo. Danielle Wiltz in our office puts this pretty much together, and she's a mom of 3 boys, so she knows what we're talking about, and she's able to put this together to help all moms. Again, when is the date on that?
Be April 5th from 5 to 9:20.
Now, the date you want to remember out there is March 11th, because that's the early bird
the early
discount.
bird fee of $20. And after that, the fee will go up to $30.
And there's a meal included even?
Yes, sir.
You can't beat that, can you?
Can't.
Sounds good. So all you moms out there, even if you're a new mom or an old mom or a grandmom, come on out, because there's always great discussion. There's always some new stuff that everybody can kind of learn from. There's a lot of interaction going on, a great meal. And of course, again, the date is April 5th. That's a Tuesday evening. It takes place out at Marshall High School, and it's got a keynote speaker, Candy Stevens. We're excited about having her as part of this event. So if you're interested to have more questions, who do they talk to?
You can contact Cam Bailey, and you can either give him a call or stop by the office. The number is 507-537-6767.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to jump to another part. That's the Moms Expo. I'm going to jump to aquatics. And I know here again, it's the 1st of March, there's snow on the ground, but aquatic season is not that far away. And in fact, in Marshall, in March, is when we host a number of Red Cross, either teaching kids how to become lifeguards or WSI people, or getting them ready. All of the staff from the area pools are coming to Marshall to get that certification that they need to open up their local community pools. So I want to mention just a couple of classes coming up here in March. And in fact, March 4th, 5th, and 6th, we will be hosting a lifeguard, this is American Red Cross, lifeguard certification training out here on campus at the SMSU pool and PE 214. Now I know that this show is pre-recorded and it'll be shown throughout the month of March, but as time goes by, there are other opportunities. But I know space is limited in all of these classes. If you happen to miss that first weekend of March, there is another one coming in March. This is March 18th, 19th, and 20th. This one is actually taking place over at the YMCA. And again, if you're interested in that, you can contact the YMCA and get enrolled in that program. Last but not least, I want to mention the WSI program. WSI, you know what WSI stands for?
Not exactly. No.
All right, well, that's good. Now you got something with your internship. WSI stands for Water Safety Instructors. This certifies those staff out there to teach kids swimming lessons. Pretty important when you're talking about the land of 10,000 lakes and you need to know how to swim if you're living in Minnesota or visiting Minnesota. So with that being said, the WSI class is scheduled for the first weekend in April 1, 2, and 3. This actually is going to take place up at the Granite Falls Community Center, but we do work together to help all of our area pools in southwest Minnesota get their staffs trained. So if you're interested in that, again, that WSI class is April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. You do need to pre-register by March 25th. So that's another deadline you want to circle on your calendar for that WSI class. And if you do have any questions about any of these aquatics programs, you can sure call Marshall Community Services at 537-6767. All right, let's continue on with our program planning and our program updates. I've got a number of flyers here that I'm actually going to have Davontay hold up, and then I'm going to have him talk about it. But this is the Marshall Babysitting Training Clinic. Now, we all know that a lot of our sons and daughters, their first job out there in the working world is to become a babysitter. We are working with the Lyon County 4-H program to offer this babysitting training course in the early part of April. Actually, the dates are April 7, 14, 21, and 28. It takes place over at the Marshall Middle School, and it's for students that are ages 11 through 15 years of age. Now, the 4-H instructional people that come in and do this excuse me, do a great job of sharing with your sons or daughters who are going out there to be babysitters all the things you need to know to be a successful babysitter. There are things like first aid training, things like how to take care of really small babies, all the feeding techniques and all the tips and tricks that you can utilize as a babysitter to keep connected with the kids you're babysitting. All the things that moms want you to do when you're taking care of their kids, that's all part of this babysitting training clinic. Now, it takes place at 3:30 to 5 on those dates that I mentioned, and if you're interested in that, it's only $20. Takes you through the whole gamut. We even bring in some policemen and firemen to talk about emergency situations, should that ever happen while the participants are involved with a situation babysitting where they need emergency services. So it really runs through a lot of the great stuff that every babysitter needs to know while they're out there in that first job and to be successful. So that's one flyer. A couple other things, and I know that Davontay, you've been out to the Lockwood Motors Ice Arena, and here is a new program, not a new program, but it's coming in April, and I'm going to let you share with our viewers a little bit about maybe the newest sport to Marshall, which is youth lacrosse. Have you ever played lacrosse?
I have not.
I've never either, but I've seen it on TV. It looks pretty exciting. It looks like it's a lot of running.
Yeah, a lot of running and a lot of hand and eye coordination with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, when our Lockwood Motors Ice Arena kind of goes down for the final time as we make preparations for our Red Baron Expo move, during the months of April and May, we actually put down a turf, and this is where we play lacrosse. The spring weather you never know about, but lacrosse is the chance for kids to get out, try a new sport, and play it indoors at the Lockwood Motors Ice Arena. So what can you tell everybody about lacrosse and youth lacrosse?
So like as he mentioned, it starts April. We have April 7th, 14th, the 21st and 28th, so it'll be 4 days out at the Lockwood Motor Arena. So I see that we have here for boys and girls from grades 2nd to 6th grade, and it'll be taught by Coach Dan Parr. He's a former member of the St. John's University lacrosse team. Like I said, it's one of the ways to learn one of the latest games on 2 feet, and you can register for this introductory camp, which will introduce you to basic fundamentals and skills of the game. Participants will learn different positions, face-offs, passing, catching, and shooting, and offense and defensive set, and equipment will be provided. So for residents, it will be $30, and for non-residents, it will be $37.50 to do this program here.
All right, Alex is going to zoom in on that, but I think Cam started this a couple years ago, and it's growing in popularity.
Yes,
and as you said, all the equipment's provided. It's a lot of fun, and I know, and especially intramurals, the kids
Yep.
are talking about lacrosse. So, and I know you've been involved a lot with intramurals, so
Yes,
you're
sir.
really connecting with those kids. So that's a great program that's coming up. How about, let's talk about another one of those Lockwood Motors ice arenas. Let's maybe you can talk a little bit about wiffle ball. Wiffle ball is one of those sports that has been around for a long time. I don't know if you'd call it a sport, but it's kind of a takeoff of baseball and maybe a little softball, whatever. But wiffle ball continues to remain popular. I know I played it when I was a kid. You probably played wiffle ball too, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Wiffle ball is with a little plastic ball, a little plastic bat, and you got to use your imagination a little bit, but it's a lot of fun, and I know Cam is setting up a wiffle ball league, so maybe tell our viewers a little bit about wiffle ball.
Yes, sir. So the wiffle ball league would be for preschool to 2nd grade. The dates would be April 5th through May 26th. It'd be $30 for residents and $37.50 again for non-residents. And as Doug mentioned, the practice location would be at Lockwood Motors Arena. Practice time for pre-K would be 3:30 to 2 to 4:20, and grade 1st and 2nd would be from 4:30 to 20. So like I said, wiffle ball is one of those games that you can use your imagination. Plastic ball and a plastic bat. So find your glove and baseball bat and get ready for the upcoming season here. This program will provide you with opportunities to play indoor on weather-controlled settings and play on turf. Our players will learn skills and develop friendships and have fun that they remember for a lifetime.
Sounds good. You're doing great with all of these indoor sports, so I'm glad. And I'm going to keep handing you these flyers because, and again, I want to emphasize, even though this is the March show, March is when you'll be signing up for all of these programs because sometimes space is limited and sometimes there's T-shirts involved in different aspects of different programs where pre-registration is crucial. And I'm going to hand this one to you because also at the Marshall Red Bear, not the Red Baron Expo, but out at the fairgrounds at the Lockwood Motors Arena, once you put the turf down, you got to play soccer, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Why don't you share with everyone our youth indoor soccer program that's coming in April and May?
So another program that is rapidly growing here in the Marshall community is youth indoor soccer. We go on Mondays, April 4th, 11th, and 18th, and they will last for 50 minutes. It's for boys and girls from preschool through 2nd grade. Again, the fees will be $30 for residents and $37.50 for non-residents, and the times for the grade school, the pre-K, will be 4:30, and 1st and 2nd grade will be 5:30. And this will be learning the basic fundamentals and having fun while doing so as well.
Well, the soccer program in Marshall continues to grow. This is just an example, once again, of the indoor soccer program. Our Marshall United Soccer Association has been doing a wonderful job of getting kids involved in the great sport of soccer. And of course, we have numerous fields. The indoor field, of course, at the Lockwood Motors Arena is a great location for spring and the sport of soccer. But then, of course, we move outdoors into the summer and fall, and they have a number of different teams and a number of opportunities for kids of all ages to sign up for soccer. Again, a great sport where everybody gets to play, everybody has a lot of fun, and of course, it's great exercise, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Have you played soccer?
I tried to for a little bit, but like you said, it's a lot of running in there, a lot of great exercise, but you got to have good footwork as well.
It's pretty much constant running, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
You don't get to have a huddle and stop and take a break. You got to run.
Yes, sir, and I'm too short to be a goalie.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, Davontay, I know our time is running by. I've got one more flyer that I'd like you to share your expertise with, because I know you've been involved in developing these flyers. And this is all about, of course, Cam's favorite sport. I love the sport of baseball, but it's time for spring fever. I know the Minnesota Twins camp just started up, summer or spring camp.
Yes, sir.
They're down in Florida. They don't have the snow we have, but Cam, once again, with that turf season, is able to bring spring fever to Marshall, Minnesota with a little baseball. And if you would, tell us a little bit about what he's got planned for, again, April and even May, I think.
Oh, yes, sir. So as Doug mentioned here, spring fever and baseball is back. We have youth spring training baseball here coming up, and it's for boys from 3rd to 6th grade. It'll be on Tuesdays from April 5th through May the 3rd. Fees would be $25 for residents and $31.25 for non-residents. And as we mentioned, the turf would be laid down in the Lockwood Motors Arena. The 3rd and 4th grade boys will go from 5:30 to 6:20 p.m. and the 5th and 6th grade boys will go from 6:30 to 7 p.m. And this will be held with our MCS staff. And like I said, it's a chance for the guys to get spring training and enjoy the luxurious of actually playing baseball in the spring without having to worry about the snow. So having that arena out there with lay turf down is a big asset to this town as well.
Sounds great. Great job. If Alice can zoom in a little bit on that. You'll see these flyers coming out to all of the schools. A lot of times we will email directly our flyers through the schools out to the moms and dads. So keep an eye out for those on your computers as we continue to market, provide these programs and activities for you throughout the months of March, April, and May. So with that being said, great job, Davontay. And I guess there is one more flyer, and you've been helping Cam with this. This one's not an indoor facility program. It's all about summer softball.
Yes, sir.
And in March is when it gets all organized, right?
Yep. So March 28th at 7 p.m. at the municipal building in the council chambers on the 2nd floor, there will be a meeting there for adult summer league softball. And the fees for all users would be $30 non-resident for residents and $37.50 for non-residents. And we will have 4 leagues. We will have the co-rec, which will play on Mondays, the men's bronze, which will play on Tuesdays, the men's gold, they'll play on Wednesdays, and the men's silver, they'll play on Thursdays. So and the season will start on May 9th, but we would like to have everybody registered by at least April the 11th and get the fees and everything turned in as well.
So as Alex zooms in on that, and of course this is all about adult softball, where Marshall currently is playing their softball games out at the Marshall Softball Complex located out by the Lyon County Fairgrounds and out by the Marshall Airport. However, this will be the last season at the Marshall Softball Complex because on the other side of town, over on the east side of town, just adjacent to the Red Baron Expo, which is scheduled to open in June, next season, 2017, will be when the new softball facility opens up. It's actually softball combination baseball. That'll be opening up out here right by the Red Baron Expo. And again, new facilities, great opportunities to host more and more tournaments, whether they be for the youngsters or the older adults in terms of softball, baseball. Of course, baseball season is just around the corner, and softball is the same. And of course, again, that big meeting that you, if you're interested in playing softball or getting a team in the league, as we have several different levels, that date again is?
Is March 28th at 7 p.m.
And it's at City Hall.
Yes, sir.
Municipal building right downtown in the heart of Marshall. And if you do have any questions about that, who should they call?
They should call Cam Bailey at 537-6767.
All right. I think we've made it through all the flyers, Davontay. You've done a great job with that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
But again, how long does your internship last?
3 to 4 months.
Okay.
So I have to get 300 hours.
And you are planning to graduate from SMSU?
May 7th.
May 7th.
Yes, sir.
That's coming quick.
Yeah, it's going to be here before you know it. So.
All right.
Kind of scary, but exciting.
Well, and then after the internship, then it's, of course, time to get out in the real world and find that full-time job and join the profession.
Yes, sir.
Sounds great. So, with that being said, our time is running a little bit short. This show, again, can be viewed on Marshall Studio One TV, I think that's right, .com. You can check all of these programs out, watch them as many times as you'd like. Again, watch for our Community Services brochure, our winter spring brochure that'll be coming out. I just noticed that I brought along, and actually this is last year's Marshall Bike Trail maps. We are currently working on new bike trail maps for our community, and that's going to add a new element to our bikers in Marshall, because the new Camden Trail, and that's the trail that runs all the way from the city of Marshall, the community of Marshall, all the way down into Camden State Park. On the other side of Lind, that's where we will have not only the city bike trail all listed in that brochure, but we'll also have the Camden Trail in that brochure. And so what a great amenity that's going to be added to our community. What a great opportunity for our families and individuals to get out, ride the trail, get some great exercise on the bike trails in Marshall. If you're interested in that, watch for more information. Also on our next show, we'll bring you up to date what's happening in May with the big bike safety event, and of course the grand opening and the ribbon cutting ceremony also will be taking place probably in May for the Camden Trail. So we're excited about that. Continue to watch Studio One TV for more updates on that. So with that being said, I think our time has run out. We haven't hit our half an hour yet, but we're getting close. And that was our goal, was to try to share with you some of the things that are happening in the world of Marshall Community Services. And with that being said, I'd like to thank our special guest for this month, Davontay Stevens, who is our current intern at Community Services. He's doing a great job, learning all kinds of stuff, and we're going to keep him actively involved. So if you want to give us a call at Community Services, if you have a question about what we've talked about today, or maybe what Davontay has shared with you, give us a call at 537-6767. You can talk to Davontay pretty much any day of the week. He's there a lot. Or Cam Bailey, Danielle Wiltz, Mary Tate. My name is Doug Goodman. And again, watch for our brochures. Check us out if you need one of these. You can also go to www.ci.marshall.mn.us. That's our website, where you can check out everything we've talked about today. You can check out this online. You can actually register for any of the programs that we talked about online 24 hours a day. You can also call us at 537-6767. You can register over the phone with your Discover card, Visa card, MasterCard. Get it done that way, or you can drop it in the mail. 344 West Main is our address. And if you just want to stop into our office, we're located right downtown in the heart of Marshall, directly across the street from the Thrifty White Drug Store, second floor of City Hall. We're open from 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. And once again, that number, what's our number?
It's 537-6767.
You got that memorized, oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's good, because there's a lot of folks that call in. And again, if you have any questions, get in touch with us, and we'll help you get your summer planned, get your kids involved in a lot of different activities, whether it be at the Marshall Aquatic Center, which is scheduled to open in the middle of May, and also the Summer Talents Academy, summer youth programs, baseball, softball. We got things for all ages to do here in Marshall throughout the whole entire calendar year. So, on behalf of Davontay Stevens, my name is Doug Goodman. We want to thank you for watching this edition, the 2016 March edition of Marshall Community Services News. And again, we urge you to keep fit, mentally involved, and enjoy life by participating in your Marshall Community Services programs and activities. Thank you for watching, and see you next month. Good evening.